Mr. Chase?
I'm sorry, I don't have time right now.
I'm from the police, sir. Lieutenant Columbo, homicide.
I'm terribly sorry, Lieutenant. This has been a dreadful experience for me. Did the officer inside tell you what happened?
Yes, sir. He told me that you and the victim were talking on the phone when he was shot.
Bizarre. I heard all these noises, shots. And I called out his name. No response. Nothing. As soon as I realized what had happened, I called 911 and I drove over here immediately. The police were here when I arrived.
When was that, sir?
I'm not sure exactly. About 4:30. Jerry called 4 o'clock. I live in the Malibu Mountains. About 30 minutes. It's about right.
Officer Davis tells me that you have some kind of a radio show.
It's a listener call-in show. Our topics are social, political. Jerry was my chief investigator.
I couldn't help overhearing that conversation you had with this fellow Arthur now, and I just wanted to ask you, do you really believe that Mr. Winters could have been killed by someone he was investigating?
Without question. I have powerful enemies out there.
Exactly what time did it happen, Lieutenant?
Last night, sir, about 10 minutes to 9.
10 minutes to 9. God knows what I was doing. And she could have used my help. Alone in my room, probably with some idiot's script.
You were not. You were watching a ball game with me.
I was. A ball game. Oh, God, I hope I wasn't. I hope I was alone. I hope it was...
But you weren't alone. Listen, Lieutenant, he's upset. He's nervous, you know. He...
Mark, for God's sakes, will you stop it? This isn't one of my shows. This actually happened. Claire's dead. Now, will you take that soup and get out of here? I can't take any more today.
Look,
will you just sit out here?
I guess I just got carried away, sir. I hope you don't mind.
No, it's all right.
These shoes, sir, they're really terrific. Now I know why Lieutenant Lucerne always looks so tall.
Yes, well, I would appreciate a certain amount of discretion in that matter, Lieutenant. Public image, you know.
Oh, right, sir. Oh, well, you don't have to worry about a thing, sir. As far as I'm concerned, you're 4 inches taller than I am, and that's the end of it.
Thank you, Lieutenant Columbo.
My pleasure, Lieutenant Lucerne.
Many years ago, when I was a very young man, I was very much in love with Victoria's mother. Stupidly, I let her walk out of my life. And she married another man. I kept track of her through the years, and when her husband died, I went to see her. I don't know what I expected. Perhaps to rekindle a flame that had never died. But I was too late. She told me she had cancer, inoperable, only months to live. I promised her that I would raise Victoria as my own. And I kept that vow, Lieutenant. I love that child, as if she were my own flesh and blood.
Well, I understand your depth of feeling, sir, and I'm going back to that station and try my best to find somebody who can clear her name.
You haven't heard me, Lieutenant. Her name doesn't need clearing. She's innocent. If you insist on pursuing this lunacy, you'll indeed be a very unhappy policeman.
Sir, I'm just trying to do my job.
And do it away from me and my daughter.
Sir, I can be wrong. I realize that.
The light is dawning. How encouraging.
You think she was murdered, don't you?
I beg your pardon, sir.
You hurt me.
Yes, sir, I did. I mean, yes, I do think it was a premeditated killing, sir. I mean, I think the robbery was staged to cover up the murder. How did you know, sir?
Why else would you be here?
It could be just a routine check, sir.
No, Lieutenant. They don't send a police detective stumbling around, asking silly, fake, innocent questions on a routine check. I know that from my show.
Silly, fake, innocent questions like what, sir?
Like, Mr. Daly wasn't at home last night. He wasn't there this morning. They told me at the office, said they didn't know when he'd be in, and I was wondering if anybody here had any idea where he would be. A man on a routine
Your chair,
check
sir.
just asks for Mr. Daly. Thank you.
Well, you're absolutely amazing, sir. You're right. And here I thought you were in shock.
No, you didn't. You thought I was confused. Perhaps scared. And probably playing for time.
Amazing. Excuse me, sir. I'm glad I...
Go away, Columbo.
Sir, if I could have just 1 minute.
I don't have a minute.
I just want to apologize, sir. I had a bad afternoon, a very bad afternoon. After you called the mayor called the commissioner called my captain, and I was on the carpet for an hour.
I told you this morning, and I'm telling you now, stay out of my life.
I just want you to know how badly I feel. I mean, if I had known that I was bothered...
You were, and you are. Now, please leave before I call security and have you removed.
Ward Fowler is the man we're after.
You mean the murderer?
Exactly.
No.
Yes. I know this comes as a shock to you. Let's think about it. Let's examine the possibilities.
Well, I mean, if you say so, sir, but I don't see where there could be possibly a motive. Why would Ward Fowler want to kill Claire Daly? Claire Daly made him famous.
That's what I was wondering. And then I got to thinking about the IOUs.
Oh, did you, sir?
Yes, oddly enough, I did. I'm speaking as Lucerne, of course.
Yes. Of course.
You were told to stay away from me, Columbo.
That I was, sir, but unfortunately, in a murder investigation, you have to go where the trail leads you to.
The trail leads here.
Yes, sir, I'm afraid it does.
Perhaps if you were to speak directly to your chief of police.
I'll talk to him, sir, but that's not going to change the fact that you killed Mr. Winters to prevent him from running off with your daughter.
Victoria running off with Jerry Winters, I hardly think so. Fielding Chase put me
I
through
don't mean
the
in a
chief.
romantic sense, sir. He was helping her escape from you. We have a witness.
What witness?
A man who says you offered him $10,000 to kill Jerry Winters.
Arrant nonsense.
I don't think so, sir. This guy, he sounds very credible.
Lieutenant, do you have any idea how many enemies I have out there? People who would do anything, say anything to bring me down. Where is this person?
He's down at headquarters.
Well, suppose we just see about this. I'll confront your witness. And when I do, I'll destroy him. And after that, I'll start on you. And then maybe the rest of the Los Angeles Police Department. Let's go.
You don't mind driving, sir?
Looking forward to it.
You remembered to clean the gun. But you didn't remember to do the same thing with the bullets.
Damn. I had to forget something. That's always how the third act ends. You see, I've had no rehearsal as a murderer. I'm, after all, a detective.
Yes, sir, but you did kill Claire Daly, didn't you, sir?
She was a blackmailer. And I killed her. And up to now, I'm glad I killed her. And I believe that in this killing, the murderer has the sympathetic part. Does that satisfy you?
Yes, sir, that satisfies me.
Just one more thing.